You're welcome back to Dateline Abuja. I still have here with me the Supervising Minister of the Ministry of Niger Delta Affairs, Darius Ishaku. You're welcome back to the program.
Thank you.
Now, you were telling me about the skill acquisition centers. Now, am I meant to understand that these skill acquisition centers, 9 of them, are all still under construction?
Oh, yes, they are still under construction at various stages. Some almost completed, some yet to be completed, some abandoned. But the one that we had to re-award is the Edo, and the one in Cross River State is not doing too well. So we're considering if the contractor doesn't move back to site, we will revoke that also.
So can you tell me, I understand that there are lots of trainings going on in the Niger Delta region after will I say, the disarmament program in that region of the agitators. These trainings, where are they going on? Who is taking in charge of these trainings? And what are the specific trades that you have these trainings taken care of?
Well, we have a whole department in the ministry that is in charge of training. We call it Community Development and Education. They are in charge of training, and in various areas, not only in agriculture. They train in ICT, they train in the marine, different facets. And for me, let me add, the skills acquisition centers, for those who really don't know, is an advanced kind of polytechnic, or should I say it's a school like a polytechnic in sense, who they are supposed to train people in different trades and skills, to practical, applicable skills that they could be able to get employment or get jobs easily. Like welding, those special welders who dive into the bottom of the sea to weld. We're talking about those who can be in ICT. For example, we graduated 100 recently in Calabar, and they made this phone. This is a Minda made in Niger Delta phone. This is done by our students in Niger Delta, and graduated them about 5 weeks ago. Yes.
Okay.
This is, and then we have iPads. This PC pads is also made by the students of Niger Delta, and they are doing very well. I use them, and these are products of our students.
Did they couple these from scratch?
From scratch. All this is done from scratch. And we have the factory in the Calabar. Nigerians put up the factory there from Ireland, and they're making this from scratch. So they've trained 100. We're hoping to train the 400 in the Bayelsa at Otuake when that skills acquisition center is completed with that. And then we'll train the balance 400 in Bayelsa State. So the training is in different fields: ICT, marine, oil and gas, even those who will sell in ships. We have graduated about 270 students, and we are hoping to get them certification. Their problem has been certification, and they need to have like 1 year on the high seas before they could get the certification. And we have engaged a consultant to help us in getting the ships where he could put them on board for them to receive those experiences. So we're dealing with different facets in terms of engaging the youths, empowering the youths. Like this ICT, we gave them some token to live with so that they could either set up their workshops, employ 1 or 2 people, and with themselves 3. So if we train 100 and they engage 2 people, that means we have empowered 300 people. In any case, the company that did this is engaging virtually all of them because of huge demand for this product. Everywhere, people are demanding for it, and they are running out of orders. So they have re-engaged the whole 100 that they trained. And we are hoping that this has started going to the market. Very soon it will be everywhere.
One of the issues that have caused these problems of insurgency and terrorism here in Nigeria have been said to be unemployment for a bulk of Nigerian youths, a majority of Nigerian youths. Now, talking about this training, what are you doing? What efforts are you putting in place to ensure that even more of the youths in the Niger Delta receive such trainings and get, would I say, engaged, such that they would not have cause to get back to militancy or any of these things again?
We are sending about 125 students on agriculture to Israel, and we hope that they will be trained in different fields in agriculture, starting from fishery, agric itself, poultry, and other areas of agric. And we are hoping we are training the trainers. Each one of them, we hope when he's back, he should be able to train other students. So we're training the trainers. They are actually to be trained so that when they're back to Nigeria, they will train others. And we're also going to monitor them, say, for a year before they get settled. They also own their farms. And with that, we have trained over 100 non-militants in various fields. Like in the oil and gas, we have trained over 340. In the marine, as I said earlier, 270. In agriculture, over 100. So we're training in different fields, and we're hoping this training is to empower them. We don't want to train somebody who will be looking for a job. We want to train someone who will engage himself and others. So in agriculture, we have success stories of poultry farms that have been established, and they are engaging other people to man the poultry farms.
You mentioned that the ministry is carrying out projects in agriculture. And in the same breath, you also talked about remediation. How are you reconciling these two, that is, remediation and agricultural projects?
It's very easy. You see, in Niger Delta, if you fly in Niger Delta, particularly you use helicopter, you will see that there is a lot of degradation of the land and the huge pollution of the water. You will see oil on the water in the creeks, and then when you go very close, you will find that most of the vegetation has been polluted. So I could imagine that those who are there cannot easily go to fish. Even the fish, they catch fish with oil, and you can't eat it. So this pollution is quite severe. And so you need to train people who can now come to grow, say, more fish farms that will use fresh water, because fish cannot survive in oily waters or waters that are polluted. They need fresh water. You need to train people who can grow fish, more fish, and the polluted water, you need to also clean it. So there's a huge amount of work that is required in cleaning the environment in the Niger Delta, and the amount is colossal. However, we are hoping to start in bits, little by little. I hope I should be able to commence work in some of the oil remediation sites this year. And then we will be taking on gradually. As we are cleaning, then we will make sure that we enlighten people to know about the dangers of the pollution. Because those who go to the oil theft, those who go to vandalize the pipelines, they're not doing anybody good. In fact, they're doing more harm to everybody. Apart from stealing the little they want to steal, the excess goes to the land, pollutes the land for farming, and also pollutes the water for fishing. So they go together. Agriculture and the degradation of the land go together. You must remediate the land to be able to get it for agriculture. you must also clean up the water from pollution to get it ready for fishing. So it's a lot that needs to be done, and they go together. Both the degradation and the remediation go hand in hand to save the agriculture and the fishing.
But while you're worrying about remediation, you also have, you have rightly noted, the bunkering, the illegal oil mining and all that. And while this goes on, you have a situation whereby you have joint task forces that are trying to check this illegal mining and bunkering of oil in the Niger Delta region. We have a case where when they are able to intercept these bunkers, they seize these products that have been mined, whether it's crude oil, diesel, or whatever it is, and they spill them. They spill these back into these environments that you are worried about remediating.
Yeah, I get your point. That is a question of, yes, they're trying to stop the problem, but they themselves are aggravating it by polluting the environment. They are arresting the bunkerers at the same time by returning or pouring the oil on the soil or into the creeks. They are also polluting it. So they are creating another problem by trying to solve a problem. In fact, if you ask me, they are creating 3 times more problem than solving one. While they are stopping them, the pollution will take you more than 3 times to clean.
So what do? Do they forget about stopping the bunkers?
No, they can stop the bunkers, but do not pour the oil to the surface or to the waters that they are arresting them. They can take the oil and use it or sell it or even the JTF and others, they can take the oil and give it back to government.
Some communities had come to the National Assembly, to the House of Representatives, to report this issue of remediation, lack of remediation. They were asking that the Navy should engage the IOCs to take back this crude that is recovered, instead of having them waste them and put them back in the environment. What do you say about that?
Well, yes, I agree with them, because if you give it to the IOCs and they could refine them to pour petroleum and sell them, or they could refine them and give it back to government, it's much, much better than pouring this oil on the ground or spilling it on the creeks, because it pollutes, as I said, it pollutes the water, it kills the fish, and so the rural people at the creek cannot fish again. And then when you pollute the ground, they can really not farm again. So you are harming everybody. You could stop the bunkering, collect the fuel, give it to IOCs, or give it to NNPC to refine, rather than pouring it on the ground like we see in the televisions by the soldiers punching the drums. And so that is it's not good for the environment totally. That is creating work for us, an enormous sort of work, and creating loss for government, because it takes a lot of money for government to clean up this mess of pollution and degradation.
Oh, we do hope that the right people are going to take the right actions. This is much we can take on the program. Thank you. Thank you for coming.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for your views and comments. Please do keep them coming by sending to the address and Twitter handle on your screen. You can view the program on youtube.com/channelsweb/videos, and you may make your comments after viewing the videos. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.
Still watching Channels Television, broadcasting live from Lagos. What you just watched was Dateline Abuja. Coming up next at the top of the hour is a news track, so please stay with us.